What's up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fana 1 here. Oops, sorry, I kicked the table there. Anyways, today it's me, Thomas Fana 1, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Transformer that I have been wanting for quite some time. I just never had the funds to do it until around Christmas time. And Christmas break, for those of you who are in school, hey, you know what's going on. But today we are going to be taking a close look at Transformers The Last Knight, Leader Class, Dragonstorm. Now, I will dig this figure a lot, but there is one thing you do need to be aware of when purchasing this figure. When you purchase this figure, you have to make sure these heads are not moved or touched in any sort of way, because when I got mine, this head was broken and it snapped off. And later when I was fiddling around with it, this one broke off. So this is the only one that can move his head up and down. These guys can only open their jaws. Like, you can still move their necks around and such, you just can't move the head up and down. So, essentially, that's what's up with that. So, that's essentially that. So, let's take a quick look at the packaging real quick. He comes in this big box. You got, of course, Dragonstorm on the front here, Transformers The Last Knight, Transformers Premier Edition. On the side, he's got a quick bio. It says, three-headed fire-breathing dragon. Got his picture, Dragonstorm, on the back. And then on the back, you got your cross sales for Optimus Prime, which is literally, this picture of Optimus Prime is literally just the Age of Extinction version. I literally feel like they just gave him a gray sword and a gray shield, and then that's how they made their product shots for the Last Knight Leader Class Optimus Prime. It's still the Age of Extinction mold, but, you know, hey, Hasbro's got to make their money somehow. And then on the side, you got Leader Class, Classe Leader, and Classe Leader. And then on top here, you got nothing, and on the bottom, you got that, with the codes there and everything. Yeah, essentially that's all you get, and you get the certification sticker there, and essentially that's it for the packaging. So right now, for comparison, actually before we get into this, I do have to say I like the idea of a three-headed fire-breathing dragon. I dig the idea quite a bit. I just wish they would have made the whole thing silver instead of making the heads orange. Why they felt that necessary, I'm not sure. But, you know, I still gotta give Hasbro props to this, because this character in the movie was... Oh, and by the way, spoiler alert, for this character in the movie, it was 13 knights that transformed into the fire-breathing dragon. And, you know, the fact that they were able to just... This tab over here does not want to stay clipped in. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But this character was so hard to replicate. So, you know, in terms of the way that they managed to figure out a way to manage to get at least some of the knights into the dragon mode, I think that's just an achievement all of its own. But enough of me, you know, talking about the figure. So, here, he does come with some accessories. He comes with a mace, and underneath his wings, he's got two of these swords, and yeah, he turns into this turns into only two of the knights. The third one being Steelbane, but the first two being Stormrain and Dragonicus. Now, a lot of people have been trying to figure out, oh, what is that word? Is it really Dragonicus, or is it Dragonicus or Dragonicus? It's Dragonicus. So, you know, I applaud Hasbro for giving this figure a crack. They did an okay job, not perfect job. There's still some paint apps here and there that I wish could have been fixed, but, you know, I gotta give Hasbro credit where credit is due, because they seriously took a figure that was so hard to replicate, and they managed to pull it off, but only just barely. So, yes, Hasbro did a good job. Yes, they barely managed to pull it off. But no, they did not pull it off in the grand scheme of things, because the heads are orange. Why are the heads orange? The product shots for this showed that the heads were supposed to be a different color. Why are they orange? But you know, I gotta still give credit where credit is due. So, without further ado, let's get into some scale comparisons here, and then down to transformation. So, as you can see, there's weapons. So, move those off to the side. Here he is with Age of Extinction, or correction, Studio Series Leader Class Grimlock. And as you can see, he just towers over this. Literally. This is like one of the biggest Leader Class figures we have gotten from 2018. This is one of the bigger well, maybe not the bigger figures, because this splits into two. If you count wingspan, if you stand him up like this on one edge of the wing, yeah, he's taller, but on all fours, this guy clearly wins. Or, in his case, two. So, here's that one. And here he is next to Power of the Primes, Leader Rodimus. You guys get that scale comparison going on there. So, yep. Move him off to the side for now. And down to transformation. Here we go. Let's see if I can get all this on camera. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to this bottom section. Actually, what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to fold the wingspan piece in like this, and then have it go like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Do the same thing on the other side. Then you're going to want to flip the figure over, make sure all the heads are out of the way, and you're going to come down to this chest bit and split it open like so, and then you're going to want to take this centerpiece. You're going to want to untab the back bit first, and then take the centerpiece, which will become, if I'm not mistaken, this is Storm Rain, and we'll transform him first. So, unfortunately, you can't really replicate Storm Rain very well, but he does come with some visible head syndrome. Not that big of a deal. To start off with Storm Rain, what you're going to want to do first, you're going to want to get the dragon head out of the way. So you're going to want to flip around the hand, close up that panel gap there, and then you're going to want to rotate this whole section around. Make sure his arm is now facing forward. Then you're going to want to pull this out, and then bring this whole hinge section down. Like it was like this. You're going to want to bring it down like that, and then angle this inward. Oh, don't break off the arm, that's for sure. And then you're just going to make sure you get it to look like that, essentially. Then rotate his hand outwards. See, now lots of people were complaining about this figure, this one specifically, being it being too loose. Mine's actually quite tight. So then this little gap here gives you a little bit of space in order to rotate the head towards the chest. Take this back section. You'll see right there, right where my finger is, right there. There's this little gap section, and then there's this little square bit right there, and you're going to want to match that up with it, and it now should be okay in place. Then take the legs, or this one specifically, bend it down, flip out the foot, and then this leg you're going to want to take the tail, which is made of a soft rubbery plastic painted in silver, fold that in, and take this one, fold that into the leg, and then rotate his crotch, and then make sure everything is all straightened out. Make sure you got everything all okay, and there you have Storm Rain in his robot mode, which I think is nice. So we're gonna do both figures, so we'll get him out of the way. Let's get all these weapons off the table here. Now we're going to get Dragonicus into his robot mode. Now his robot mode's a bit more complex. What you're going to want to do first, you're going to want to, after you've, of course, split this, you're going to want to flip up the head right here. And then you're going to want to rotate. You're going to want to essentially get one of his dragon legs in. You know, essentially want to get them inward and then have all of this kind of rotate in, and then you have to fold these up, and because it's on a ball joint, you can fold that up and it kind of fills in this gap here. So do the same thing on the other side. Rotate this piece all the way down, fold that down, flip this up, make sure it all clips into place, or maybe not all clips into place because it doesn't clip at all. And then make sure you can keep the arms out of the way, or what's going to become the arms. And then you're going to want to bring this whole chest section back together until it all clips in. If you've done everything right, it should all clip in without any issues. And there you got the chest section done. Now the wings, fold them up, they become kind of his backpack. And then his crotch, what you're going to want to do, or actually let's get his legs done first. What you're going to want to do with his legs is you're going to want to bend them. You're going to essentially want to take this, untab it from this peg here, untab this from there. You're going to want to straighten the leg out, and then you're going to want to flip out the toe piece and then rotate at the thigh joint, and there you have a leg all done. The same thing on the other side. Unclip this, straighten the leg out, flip out toe, rotate at the thigh, and then this kind of has that kind of Grimlocky kind of feel to it, where his crotch has to kind of snap together. But with this one, it's got these two little panels right here, or not panels, they're more like tabs, but you're going to want to push them up and it will tab in underneath the chest. I can't really get underneath the chest on camera for you. And then those will all tab in together. And last but not least, we'll get the arms. Close the dragon mouth on both sides. Rotate the arms down. Fold the arms in. Oh, this is backwards. Why is that backwards? One of his panels fell off before the start of this video, and I just put it back on. This panel is supposed to be facing upwards, or his shoulder panel at least, so that this piece is facing his head. So then fold this in, flip out the hand, close the panel. See if I can get this one better on camera. Out his hand, close up the panel, rotate down, and straighten everything out. Here is Dragonicus in his robot mode. Place it next to Storm Rain. Oh, this guy's foot didn't know to stay put. And here you guys have, here you go. Here are these guys in their robot modes. Now, the idea of a giant dragon and transforming into two cool looking robots, I think that's a good concept to have. I just think that they could have executed this maybe a tiny bit better. Small minor complaints. I really wish this leg wasn't so gappy and there was a way to fold this in, because lots of people say that this side is way too loose because of this not fully tabbing in, but I digress, and I beg to differ. Those people need to stop complaining. Hasbro did their best at this. I really think that people need to stop complaining that, oh, this is the worst figure of 2017. This is the worst figure for the last night. No, it's not. The worst figure for the last night has got to go to the Premier Edition Bumblebee, the first Premier Edition Bumblebee specifically. So, with these two characters, that's all my nitpicks and bugs with Storm Rain. Dragonicus, small minor nitpicks. I really wish these wings were not so big, and I really wish they weren't on his back. I really wish they weren't. I personally wish that they could have just folded them inward just enough to the point where you could tab the chest in front, and then you could, then you could face it the way you want it to. So, yeah, those are all my nitpicks about Dragonicus. I mean, I'm not one to complain about Dragonicus, but I think this one's probably the more nicely executed knight. There were complaints though with this figure, specifically with Mgo316. You should go check out his channel; he's quite amazing. With this guy, with the first figure he bought of Dragonstorm, it was missing Dragonicus's head. Fortunately, I was not part of that production error. Unfortunately, I was the victim of the production error of the dragon heads breaking. These two are glued into place. With Storm Marines, you can literally move the head up, down, up, down, up, down, open jaw, all of that. But because these were broken, and I really didn't feel like complaining to the company that I bought it from, because they've been so nice to me, I just glued their heads in place. You can do this pretty simply with engine epoxy. You can also do it with super glue. Personally, I would rather use engine epoxy because it holds tighter, and super glue just leaves a giant mess. So, but for all intents and purposes, these guys' mouths, the jaws can open and shut on both the heads. One of them's just a bit stiffer because I had to use more epoxy on it. But anyways, you can give them their weapons. Oh, jeez, I really wish the weapons wouldn't fall. With Dragonicus, excuse me. With Dragonicus, he holds both of the swords, which you can give them their weapons. He holds both the swords, and they do store in robot mode. On Dragonicus, they store on his back. These are just the undersides of the wings in dragon mode. There we go. Just store on the back like that. And with Storm Marine, his mace, you can shove it in his hand. You can shove it in his hand like so. And you can, this peg right here, you can peg this in his back, kind of like an angle, because it kind of looks like a barbarian kind of thing going on there. But no, that's essentially what's going on with these two. Now, for scale comparison, they are Voyager sized. So here is Leader Class Rodimus from Power of the Primes. As you can see, these two are very Voyager kind of scaled. They are Voyager scaled, but they transform into a giant dragon, which is sort of leader scale. So essentially, yeah, that's what's going on with these two. Get him out of the way. See if I can get this guy to stand up correctly. Here they are next to Grimlock. If I could just get Grimlock's, there we go. They are next to Grimlock. So personally, I think, Hasbro, you did a good job for your first attempt. This is a good first attempt. I personally would like to see a Studio Series version of these guys. More specifically, I'd like to see a Studio Series version of these guys with all the 13 knights transforming into the entire dragon, as in that kind of thing. So I kind of wish that was how it went. But, I can't be picky because these guys it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing for someone to take a design given by Michael Bay and then all of a sudden turning it into a toy. It's very difficult. But I have to say Hasbro did an excellent first attempt. If they were to redo this figure in the Studio Series line, I really wish they would do all of the little figures in Legends class and then have them all transform into the giant dragon. Or, because what they're doing with Studio Series Devastator, They could do something of that nature where they have a Voyager, a Voyager, a Deluxe, a Leader class, something of that nature so that we can get the nice figure and movie figures we want. Now, granted, the last night sucked because it was just, it did not fit in with the storyline that Michael Bay provided us. It did not. It just didn't. And the Bumblebee movie proves this because, you know, Bumblebee has apparently been here since World War II. But if you've seen the Bumblebee movie, we know he crash lands in the U.S. in 1988 or 1987. It's one of the two. So essentially, that's what's going on with these two figures. This is Thomas Fan of One saying, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. I'm trying to keep this channel open and trying to keep it going. We are going to be doing another episode of Goofs here by the end of the day. So if y'all want to stick around to watch that after this video gets uploaded, please feel free to do that. Feel free to do so. And don't forget to leave a comment about what Goof video you want to see me do next, or about what Transformer you want to see me do next, aside from a couple of the Leader Class Studio series, because I'm a broke student trying to go through college and such. So anyways, that's it for now. Don't forget to do all that, and yeah, peace.